Yeah, man, you too.
A new season is upon us as we welcome you into the Dover International Speedway, or Dover Motor Speedway, whatever you want to call it these days. It's changed a few times now. Got new ownership and all that good stuff, but we're here tonight as we get ready for a new season of racing in the Gridfinder Xfinity Series, part of the Lightspeed Racing League. I am the captain, Chris Scala. We are live. Welcome in tonight, Tuesday night racing, as we get ready to kick off another trail to crown a champion in this series. Qualifying about to get underway here very shortly, and we have got a lot of great things in line for you this season. We got a great field of cars. We got, of course, our defending champion, Dylan Reed. He is here this evening. We also have a driver that is still trying to get his first Gridfinder Xfinity Series win, and he actually won the recruiting championship, which I guess gets you a participation trophy maybe or something. I don't know. But either way, Landon Quisenberry is here this evening. Also, Ira Kohlhaas, all the stars of the LSRL are here this evening at the Dover International Speedway as we welcome you in tonight here on the Captain Esports Network. Also watching over on the LSRL Facebook page, also on the Captain Esports Network Facebook page, on Twitter. We're also on Twitch, and, of course, on the YouTube channel. We're everywhere, basically, where you want us to be. The Gridfinder Xfinity Series here at Dover. It's race number 1. Coming up shortly as qualifying cars are on the track right now. You see Chris Harvey just going to the pole. This, a 1 mile, 24-degree bank track. 9 degrees of banking on the straightaways. It is a very fast track, or as I like to call it, it's Bristol on steroids. That is basically when you look at it. Concrete canyons and so much great racing here on this 1 mile oval. Of course, there's Miles the Monster there as he sits off of turn 4. Of course, somebody will meet the wall likely this evening, and just because that's the way it rolls during the season. But during the race here at Dover. It's just how it all operates. But a lot of great things in line for us as we get ready to do the 5-lap heat race. But while we do that, let's show you the schedule for the series, or actually talk about it. Of course, tonight it's Dover, and basically these guys are following the iRacing schedule from what was been reported. So Dover tonight. Next week we go to Indianapolis, then it'll be Charlotte, New Hampshire, Chicagoland, Lucas Oil Raceway, Daytona Auto Club, Vegas, and then a playoff system that'll start in March. Those 5 tracks haven't even been announced yet per the Discord page. So we've got a lineup of races to go this season to get to the playoffs, which then will crown a champion of the LSRL. Got about 2 minutes or so left in qualifying this evening. And a pretty good field of cars ready to go racing. And, of course, these Xfinity cars put out the max amount of horsepower that you see now in a NASCAR stock car, thanks to the changes that have happened, of course, in the Cup cars that have a lot less horsepower now. Obviously, that's changing with the new car coming. But needless to say, when it comes to the cars, I hear a lot of people argue these days that it should be these cars that are the Cup cars, basically. But that's not the way it is, unfortunately, right now. And that's, I guess, nothing we can argue about, right? Even though we want what we want in this situation. So I talked about the schedule. Here it is. Dover tonight. And, of course, Indianapolis next week. Charlotte, New Hampshire on the 1st of February. Chicagoland, Lucas Oil Raceway. Daytona on the 22nd of February. Auto Club in Vegas. And then, of course, the 5 playoff races that'll lead us to the crowning of a champion coming up in April at track to be determined. A little bit of a shocker right now on the pole. Chase Berry, the 1 car, is on the pole right now at a 24 or a 23.3. He has run fast, but we've got 6 cars all within 8/100ths of a second right now of the 1 car. So we definitely have a very tight field of cars this evening. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and crown him the pole sitter, as Dylan Reed, the champion from last season, actually is sitting down and is the only car that is not qualified. So it's safe to say that the 1 car is going to be the pole sitter for the opening night here of racing at Dover. So congratulations to him on winning the Put a Cap on That Pole award. Chase Berry with a 23.344 second lap. Congratulations to Chase on winning the pole. And let's take a look at, or let's actually talk with the driver of the 1 car. I believe he's down here in Discord. Maybe, possibly. He is not. I am wrong. And so with that said, we'll go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup, how it's going to look here for the race. It is all jumbled up also for some weird reason. Not sure what that's about, but let me do an up. There we go. Just updated it after it was over with. Chase Berry on the pole. Brandon Sheets will start there on the outside of row number 1. Row number 2, Jason Dalton, Ira Kohlhaas. Ira looking for some redemption after falling just a little bit short of that championship last season. Justin Wilson back again. Adam Brady there in the 77. He'll start there in row 3. Row 4, Brian Sutphin and Chris Harvey in the 8th position. Checking out row number 5, Johnny Rapp, Justin Malarkey, Travis Browder, and Brandon Massey, Landon Quisenberry, Tanyan Sutphin, Latham Joyner, Dale Lee in row 8. Row 9, Chandler Summers, Ryan Reeves, Anthony McInturf, and Dylan Reed for this heat race that is about to take place. And when I say heat race, that has become it's actually an 8-lap heat race tonight. I believe that has been changed to 5 for the future, but tonight is going to be an 8-lap race. And basically what this does is it's almost like a virtual pit party for these cars, and they will get out there and just run, basically a practice run on their own, and log laps, and then whoever wins the pit party basically will be the pole sitter for the main event, which is 138 laps around this 1-mile oval. Our pole sitter's not here to talk with. Let's bring up the champ real quickly and talk to him. I know during the recruiting season he really wasn't doing any kind of heat racing. He would just show up for the main event and get out there and race. Dylan, tonight obviously a new season for you, defending champion. Goals in mind for this season?
Just to go out here and have fun. Honestly, that's what I did last year, and that's what we're going to try to do this year.
Well, Dover, obviously a very tricky track to pass on, one that looks like you likely planning to start in the back like you have done throughout the season, throughout the recruiting season. How tricky is it going to be for you to one, miss the action, but two, get your way through the field here?
It's going to be tough. It's hard to pass in these cars. I did some official racing last week here at Dover, and it was very tough to pass. Kind of have to pick and choose your battles. So I'm hoping that I can save enough tire and we can make it look easy coming to the front.
There you go, But, well, congratulations again on the championship. Go defend it well, and maybe we'll talk in victory lane tonight.
Sounds good, man.
Absolutely. Dylan Reed going for championship number 2 this evening as he moves himself out, as always. Appreciate that. I was trying to remember what channel he goes to. Anyways, there we go. Cars coming in turn number 3 and 4 of this 1-mile track. And what is going to be a blink of an eye. We'll get through these 8 laps. 20 cars. Well, actually, 19 going to start the heat race. As I mentioned, Dylan Reed not going to start the heat. Here we go. The action begins. A new season of LSRL racing in the Gridfinder Xfinity Series from Dover. Heat race number 1. There are no cautions in a heat race, oh, by the way, so be aware of that. If you wreck, you better get out there and get this car fixed as quick as you can, because that is where you're starting when it's all said and done. And Chase Berry going to pick up right where he left off as one car gets loose and held on to it. Nice save there. I believe that was Dalton in the 73 car. Oh, into the wall goes the 52 into Quisenberry. Nice job by the Mountain Dew car. Brandon Massey to miss that wreck, though he's got a little bit of the rear end damage. There's Ira Colas inside the 5. Or into 29 in the 5th position, I should say. 3 wide, Sutphin. Whoa! Here, Travis Browder and that Rowdy Energy drink. The 118 car inside the AC Delco 72 sheets. 7th position there. 5 laps to go already. Browder kind of clipping the wall a little bit. Here comes Malarkey in the 20. He was pretty fast in practice. Meanwhile, Justin Wilson got it down to 0.8 of a second right now. Sutphin kind of getting the wall a little bit there off turn 4. Of course, these cars are very delicate with the carbon fiber bodies on them, or composite bodies, I'm sorry. On these cars, obviously you can hit them, and I mean, you can't slam the wall, but you can kind of tap them and be okay in the end. Wilson's got it down to 0.5. White flag this time. Can he get to him? Berry trying to hold off the 58. It was a very fast car. Down into 3 and 4. One last ditch effort, but he's not going to do it from the pole. Chase Berry going to score the stage win, or heat race win, we'll call it. Wilson going to be second. Dalton, Brady, Colas, your top 5. So Berry going to start from the pole in the main event. So great job on his end. And this will be a quick little warm-up. I'm actually going to put my screen back up really quickly and make a quick edit on my broadcast side. So I'll be right back here in 2 seconds. What happens when you do everything to prepare and you're doing just going through the broadcast and stuff, and then realize, oops, you forgot one thing. As I promised, I'm back. So out here just running a quick warm-up, and then they'll re-rack them, and here we go for the 138 lap main event in this opening night here at Dover International Speedway for the Gridfinder Xfinity Series. As we'll put it up on the screen on the left side there, that is how they finish the heat race. Barry will start alongside the 58 of Justin Wilson. Jason Dalton, Adam Brady, row number 2. Ira Kohlhaas, Brian Sutphin, row 3. Travis Browder, Justin Malarkey, row 4. Brandon Sheets, Landon Quisenberry in row number 5. Brandon Massey, Tanya Sutphin, row 6. Ryan Reeves, Chandler Summers, row 7. Dale Lee, Anthony McInturf, row 8. Johnny Rapp and Chris Harvey, row 9. And looks like Latham Joyner not going to run the main event. Dylan Reed will be the 19th starter. As everybody rolls off. Here we go. The iRacing Ghost 4X pace car going to bring them off turn 4. As we welcome you to 2022 in the Lightspeed Racing League Gridfinder Xfinity Series from the Dover International Speedway. And we are racing on the Captain Esports Network. Of course, as always, the first lap of the race brought to you by Sim Speed Shop. Specializing in custom sim racing hardware, Sim Speed Shops manufactures sim racing hardware utilizing the best components available, as well as mixing in real-life racing components when available. Customize your hardware and rig today at simspeedshop.com. As Justin Wilson leads lap 1. Underneath Ally Bridge into turn 3 and 4. Of course, our cameras tonight, as always, presented by TrackCams 22. You can check them out online, TrackCams for Gourmet. I can't talk all of a sudden. TrackCams22.com is where you can check them out, also on Facebook and on iRacing. Oh, Wilson got the wall off too there. The leader, I might hurt him a little bit there. And look here, the 77 trying to stick a nose in there on Brady, or on Barry, I should say. That's what happens when I take like time off from broadcasting and do some racing here and there and end up working a lot. I just all of a sudden stop talking and just forget how to talk. There's the 20 of Malarkey looking inside of the KJD2 car. I just realized that you guys aren't here in the cars. Holy cow. Oh, good start to me. My bad. Adam Brady's moved up to the second position past Chase Berry, and now the 77. They're trying to take the lead here. Brian Sutphin looking inside, so Barry starting to kind of slide back a little bit as the cream rising to the top here early. with Brian Sutphin. Third position down to turn one. Oh, the leader's sideways. Gonna save it. So far, he saves it. Everybody okay, I think? What a save, and Brady got out of the gas to let him kind of catch it. Classy move on his part there. That could have been a lot worse. On the move again, making a pass there. That 20 car pass Jason Dalton there as Barry continues to fall back. You see Ira Kohlhaas putting pressure back there on Travis Browder in the 118 car. Here, the Mountain Dew Zero car, the 65, Brandon Massey making a pass on the 72 for position. Landon Quisenberry trying to come with him there, and then you see Dylan Reed. As you said, he was going to be patient, work his way up through the field, and he's up to the 12th position right now. Up front for the lead, Brian Sutphin takes it away from the 58. Already our second lead change of the night here. One thing I'm noticing really quickly is this field is not really spreading out at all. Got about 17 of the 19 cars that started all running right here in this pack, we'll call it. As Chase Berry continues to fall back. Laps in. Already seeing 2 lead changes and a bunch of passing going on out here. Now Adam Brady starting to fall back a little bit. Is Malarkey going to climb through the field in this 20 car, the Ford Mustang. Up to third. Malarkey started all the way back in 8th. Real big tire eater, if we'll call it that. It is one that will eat up that right front tire, especially if you have a tight setup in it, as Dalton gets by Brady for position. Also saw Massey diving out here trying to pass his teammate. But this right front tire here, because of the sliding into the corner, I mean, you're already dropping off the banking into turn 1 and into turn 3, but the car wants to slide up the hill with the way the gravity and the speed, so it eats up the right front every time. As Dylan Reed looking inside for 10th. The champion making moves. I want to welcome those who have had a chance to watch tonight for the first time on Twitter. Of course, we've added that component now to our broadcast, so now we're on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. Not to mention now you're watching us on the LSRL Facebook channel too, so there's 5 different ways to watch us broadcast-wise. on the Captain Esports Network, so appreciate you. And I think we might actually have another announcement coming in the near future for all the leagues that we broadcast for. Or I say we, myself, broadcast for. It's good to be back live. You know, I've had to miss some races throughout the off-season or in other leagues because of work and things like that, and be able to sit here and enjoy some racing on a Tuesday night. Some good racing at that. Obviously, you can tell that I haven't been live much because here I've got audio issues that screwed up with at the beginning and talking issues on my own personal end. So, that's why I pick on myself and have fun with it. So, appreciate everybody joining us here this evening as always. Quisenberg, or I should say, that's Ira Kohlhaas to the inside on Brady. And all of a sudden, that 77 car went up there, led a lap, and is falling backwards. Continues to work his way through the field. Zamir is all the drinks moving up. Pepsi car moving up. Rowdy cars moving up. Mountain Dew cars moving up. The other Rowdy cars moving up. And Justin Wilson, who kind of backed off a little bit there after getting the wall, saves his tires up and has gone back to the lead here. So the 58 makes it a fourth lead change. Just Sutphin trying to cross him over. And trouble on the track, Travis Bowder. And Landon Quisenberry, I think, is in it. Also the 7 of Tanyan Sutphin. And caution out, lap 24. I heard skid marks, but I didn't want to say anything until I saw it. Our recruitment series champion, unfortunately, in trouble. Let's see. What happened here? 118 up the track. Oh, he gets the outside wall. Oh, and he gets the wall again and turns Landon. And then all that four's out. Yikes. Oh, and then the 7 goes in and clobbers somebody there at the end. But that unfortunate deal there. So the leaders are on pit road here. I'm sure Landon's really not going to be happy about that deal. Actually, stand by. Having replay issues now all of a sudden. Let's add that to my list of things. So we see what the pit stops look like. Malarkey's going to win the race off pit road and go to the ticker, but I'll show you the replay here in just a second. There we go. All right, here we go with the pit stops. I didn't click early enough. When all else fails, you just rewind it manually. So there we go. Pit stops. Everybody came to pit road there. And it was Malarkey winning the race on pit road. Looks like maybe a 2-tire stop. No, it was 4. 14.6 for him. 14.4 for Dalton. that's where we stand right now. As we're going to come back to the green here. Malarkey got the inside lane. Dalton the outside lane. As pace car is in, green flag coming back out, lap 27. Out. Look at Chase Berry back up to the second position. How crucial is that first pit stall? Chase fell all the way back to what, about the 7th or 8th position, and has climbed his way back up to second with a great pit stop there. However, he's under attack as Dalton. He's going to look to the bottom. He's looking to slide by, and there's Dylan Reed right there behind him. One thing that I'm always looking to do is improve the broadcast each and every time I'm on the air. Anything I can do to help make it better, and one thing I've come together with is showing a lot more like speed shots and stuff like that. So you'll notice in the cameras now, along with the real life cameras that you see, of course, on NASCAR broadcast, you're going to see a lot more action shots and stuff like that, kind of like a shot like that, for instance. So hopefully this improves your viewership here on the Captain Esports Network. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button or follow, whatever you like to do, or if you're on Twitter, follow us over there. Biggest mover so far in the first 33 laps by far. Dylan Reed up 16 spots from 20th. Malarkey up to the lead from the 8th position. And Chris Harvey, great start for him as he runs in the 11th position after starting pretty much dead last on the field. Reed puts the pressure on the 73 here as Ira Kolas putting pressure on Malarkey. Ira running a little bit of a diamond line off the corner. A concept that works here at Dover very well. Basically, you enter the corner low, you slide the car up the track, and bring it back to the bottom. As Reed going to take third away. Kohlhaas continues to put a lot of pressure on his 20 car. He's getting good runs off the corner, just not able to complete the pass right now. Drives it in there. Malarkey able to roll the center. You see Kohlhaas is able to catch back up on exit. Sutphin, and the 40 car Dale Lee making a pass on Harvey. Not sure if the 97 off the pace a little bit there. And that Tennessee Shine Ford Mustang has a awesome looking paint scheme, by the way. Just noticed the 97 falling back there. Brandon Sheets in the 72 doing a good job so far. The way the banking is here, of course, 24 degrees in the corner, 9 degrees on the straightaway. So you're almost climbing up out of the track into another elevation and then back down 2 stories almost into turn 1 area. You got to let the car plant and then turn. One thing you hear a lot at this track that you don't hear it much at others is terms like on landing. So when the car lands, basically you hear like it's tight on landing or something like that. That's usually at this track. So Malarkey's been able to stretch it out on Kohlhaas now, but Dylan Reed is coming up behind, and we're going to have a battle for second. Dylan able to get some air on that nose and allows him to cut to the bottom here and make the move. So we're going to step away for a quick second. We'll come back and we will continue racing here in the LSRL. Of course, we always go side by side as you're watching the Captain Esports Network.
Butt kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Get yours today at www.thebuttkicker.com. And be sure to use promo code LSRL for 20% off.
Back here at Dover, a new leader. And Dylan Reed has gone and completed the mission from the back to the front as he went past Justin Malarkey just a couple laps ago. Here's the pass for you. As that Rowdy Energy Toyota works his way up through the field. Malarkey almost caught the wall and becomes the new leader. Just shy of the 50 lap mark. Appreciate the viewers joining us. Not sure if chat's been working or not. I noticed that I haven't seen anything, so I was like, I wonder if my chat's working or not. Sometimes it's not. So I want to make sure everything's going well out there. I do like chatting with viewers, so if you've been messaging, it's because I ain't seen it. That's why I haven't responded back. So I apologize for that, and hopefully that is not the case going on right now. Go back here to the teammates. Brian Sutphin back here in the 4th position right now. You hear the wheels spin out here on the track. These tires are wear and wear and wear. Tonight, appreciate you, sir. Of course, you got people watching tonight over on the LSRL Facebook page, on the Captain TV Facebook page, maybe on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. Wherever I can get the race broadcasted to, I will do it. Check back here on Landon Quisenberry, unfortunately damaged. Running into 12th position. And just caught the outside wall, unfortunately. So he's not having a good day so far. Check back here as you see Ira Kohlhaas and Chase Berry back here. Also the 72 of Brandon Sheets. So Ira obviously has put a little bit of a beating on that right front tire. And now Chase Berry blinking and trying to go past him here for position. You wonder if Ira being the first car to go up there to that top side maybe wore out the right front tire. As usually fresh pavement eats up tires. So Dylan with a 1 second lead over Malarkey. Jason Dalton's about 3/10 back over 20. And right behind him is Sutphin and then Brandon Massey in the 5th position right now. Only the one caution so far. The incident with Browder getting into the wall and unfortunately getting into the 75 and then all they're pouring out. They'll be looked at by the admins after the race. How about Chandler Summers, his 21 car? Doing a great job, 9th position, 7 seconds back or so from the, there's the broadcaster jinx right in front of you. Sorry, Chandler, I was just trying to give you some credit, buddy. He hits the wall and damages that 21 a little bit. Now Ryan Reeves there behind him, gonna make the pass. Good happens, I try to be a good broadcaster and try to cover everybody. I try to be a nice guy. Get advice and recognition. Now lap traffic starting to play a role here because the leaders are starting to come back together again as Reed trying to get around lap traffic. Anthony McIntyre, Adam Brady, Justin Wilson amongst others back here. Not sure what happened to Justin, but this car all of a sudden has a parachute. sure if that contact with the wall hurt his car a lot more than I thought. And look at this, for the lead now. Malarkey to the inside, but Reed's going to go high and shoot around the lap traffic up there, I guess. Ooh, 20 got sideways up the track. He goes. Oh, contact with Wilson there. 84 down the track. Look out there. Top 5 all of a sudden. Oh, there's contact again. Reed into the wall. Brady McInturf. And Jason Dalton, now look out, he gets hit by by the 72 of Sheets. And our second caution is out. I was getting a little worried watching that way that was going. And Dylan Reed's rear end is torn apart. Come from Dylan Sheets here. Let's actually back it up a little bit more here. Let's go to Dalton. So obviously the leaders were trying to get around this lap traffic. And you know what? It looks like Wilson might have got loose. And obviously the 39 nowhere to go gets into the back of him. Dalton gets the wall, and then the 72 comes in there pretty hard and makes contact. See if we can get a view from Wilson here. Let me hit pause here for a second and go to, there we go. Let's see if he gets loose. And got hit. Brady with contact too. I'm sure there's going to be conversation there, but you know, when you're not a lap down, you have the right to fight for track. All right, so Dylan Reed staying out here as others come to pit road. And going to put tires on or get damage fixed, as we're just shy of the 70 lap to go mark. Gives us an opportunity to talk about Gridfinder, where you can find your place on the grid. Gridfinder's home of online racing communities. Browse hundreds of leagues, racing on all gaming platforms across every racing sim every day of the week across the globe. Browse through over 1,000 leagues racing on iRacing, Assetto Corsa, the ACC, R Factor 2, F1 2021, and more. Excuse me. Looking for a commentator or streamer for your racing broadcast, or a designer for your next delivery? Gridfinder has all the talent in one place. If you run a sim racing league, make sure you upload the community to Gridfinder so more like-minded sim racers can find you. It's quick, and best of all, it is free and easy. Gridfinder, you can find your place on the grid. Of course, this is the Gridfinder Xfinity series on the Captain Esports Network. Appreciate all viewers watching tonight. And Jake, I was worried about that part. All right, so as you see, Reed got his car fixed up there and stayed in the lead of this race, and obviously a reset must be thrown into the race here because I see Quisenberry with a brand new car also as we go back to green. And should we do it for the first time this season? You with speakers, turn it up. Uh-oh, trouble. I heard somebody spinning off turn 4. A couple cars into the wall. Tanyan Sutphin is one of them. The 7 in trouble. Looks like Chandler Summers also involved in the 21, and that brings the caution out again. Third time at lap 74. Well, we almost got it all the way in. Let's see what happens to the 21 and the 7. Oh, contact with the 97 of Harvey, and 21 nowhere to go. The banking just claims him. Oh, look out for that car. Oh, the 84 gets the wall. And caution out again. Look at it one more again. The 97, I can see maybe clip the apron a little bit there, but he just locks it up. And unfortunately, with the way the banking is here, that car just goes right on down the track and gets claimed. That's why they call it a monster. Caution on track for a third time, and we got cars back on pit road. This could be fuel strategy in play here. Kohlhaas, Quisenberry, Brady, Rapp, Barry, Justin Wilson, all these guys on pit road. Oh, a lot worse there, Jake. Good point. So Brian Sutphin now going to lead this race. Let's dial up somebody. I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody yet. Who hadn't had any issues yet on the track? Yeah, let's talk to Brian here for a second. Why not? Hey, Brian, you got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir.
Well, Brian, up here in the front right now, got 61 laps to go in the 37 car. Do you got what it takes here to win this thing?
I doubt it, but I'll give it my best.
Well, I like the positivity there. Sarcasm.
I'm just being honest. I don't know. Dylan, he's pretty daggone fast.
He is, but of course now he's got to come climbing up through the field again. That 37's been pretty sporty also. Talk about your race so far.
I've just managed to keep it out of trouble and keep it off the wall and not get anybody and try to conserve tires. And I messed up on my first pit stop there, and I put it in first gear going down pit road because second was lugging. So I've shifted into neutral, and when I went to take off, it was in neutral. So I lost about 4 or 5 spots. But anyways, we're holding our own.
Well, no one's perfect, and well, right now you're leading, which is good. So you're coming back to green, and best of luck.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Absolutely, you too. As we get ready to go back racing, I'll move him to his channel. As soon as I go find what room I'm in. There we go. That's what happens when I try to multitask. Brian Sutphin there joining us as he goes down to his channel, and he's got his teammate there behind him of Jason Dalton, who had his car fixed up and is back on track now. And we'll get the green with exactly 60 laps to go. He said he doubted it. Dylan Reed 15th right now, and of course it did take 50 laps for Dylan to get from 20th to 1st with the aid of 1 caution also. So we'll see if he can get back up there through the field. As we know, action's going to pick up here as we go. As Sutphin gets on the pedal, here we go. Products are silent subwoofers that deliver powerful and audible bass through your couch or chair so that you can feel the crashes, racing engines, and special effects in your movies and games. Use promo code LSRL for 20% off the Butt Kicker website. Hey, Johnny Ratback here, the 52, the Mission Barbecue car inside of Chandler Summers, that is, in the 21. Brady right back there in the 77. There's Justin Wilson trying to work his way back up through the field. Up front, Jason Dalton to the lead. So Dalton, Sutphin, Malarkey, and now Brandon Massey up to 4th. Summers up to the 5th spot now as he's gone around Chase Berry. You see Brady back here with Ryan Reeves in 93. inside the 93 for 8th. John Rapp coming there behind him. Markey up here 4th, about half second or so in front of Barry now, as Massey's moved up to the 3rd position. At 65, looking pretty sporty here. Brandon, a good young racer there, as he always does a great job working his way up through the field, gets up there in contention, but first he's got these two teammates he's got to battle. Brady coming up through the field. Remember, just a little while ago, these two here were about to be lapped when that caution came out. Well, now here's Brady and here's Justin Wilson up here near the top 5. Doing a fantastic job checking on the 14 to Dylan Reed. He has only gotten back to 14th now. Not sure if it's a tire issue, because I know they are limited sets of tires in this series, so that could be playing a role right now. And where Reed's not able to get up here through the field, but Dylan struggling right now. I say that as he passes Dale Lee for 13th. Make that 12. And Chandler Summers is unfortunately falling all the way back to 14th. And look at this, Massey has gone past Dalton. It's like every time I turn the camera away, Massey makes a pass. '65 making moves. Almost got the wall there. Very easy to do when you lose the air off that car. Great save on his part. Way to clear the throttle, but you see that's brought Dalton back in, as Malarkey's still about 2 seconds back right now. Again next week, round number 2 of the series goes to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 8:30 Eastern, we'll have the race for you here on the Captain Esports Network. Again, they're following the B-car schedule, I believe is how it was announced by Anthony Giuliano, who's not here tonight. And basically, once they get past Vegas, the second schedule will come out for the iRacing season. And when it does, the rest of the tracks will be added, and that will become the playoffs, basically, for that season. So, very interesting concept here. And credit to Anthony for all the hard work he does to put this on. So Malarkey's starting to fall into the hands of Barry. Kohlhaas has worked his way past Dale Lee and Landon Quisenberry and those guys too. So you wonder if these guys did not take tires this last time around, and if we get another pit stop or another caution here, if these guys are saving the tires for the last run of the race. That's kind of what I'm getting out of this. As we're already, some 25, 30 laps into this run. So we're going to likely see green flag pit stops here unless we get another caution in this race. Chase Berry putting that pressure on the 20, along with the two others, Brady and Wilson. Wilson with a good run back there on Brady. And Sutphin starting to stretch it out now on Massey. I've noticed that lead growing up to about 7/10. But the front seven only about 3 seconds back, and we got to keep an eye on the 39. Dylan Reed up to the 8th position now. He's gone past all these cars. He's got only 35 laps to get up there. He's about 4.5 back. And of course, the farther up he goes, the tougher it gets to pass. But we're going to watch it all side by side. As we'll step away, we'll come back and get you the finish of this Gridfinder Xfinity Series race here from the Dover International Speedway. As you're watching the Captain Esports Network. A big moment, as I try to multitask here for a second, a big moment has happened. Caution has come out and is for Justin Wilson right in the middle of green flag pit stops. You saw during the break there, the 65 of Brandon Massey come to pit road. And unfortunately for Massey, he is going to get trapped. As a matter of fact, he's still sitting there on pit road right now. And is finally going to leave. And Dylan Reed is going to stay out as others come to pit road. All the strategies, how much they just changed. You see the one, Chase Berry, with heavy nose damage on that car. As the race off pit road, going to go to Brian Sutphin. All right, let's go back and find out what happened to Justin Wilson. Oh, Brady and Barry come together. Wilson nowhere to go, gets into the wall and just plows into the one. We get a better angle of it here. Brady gets a good run. Barry a little defensive into the corner. Wow, and caution is out. All right, so while we're under caution, let's finish the break that we were doing. So we'll be back here in just a second.
Butt kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Get yours today at www.thebuttkicker.com and be sure to use promo code LSRL for 20% off.
All right, back we are at Dover as we have 27 laps left. And a reminder that Wilder Graphics provides the best iRacing paints and liveries around. You can check them out today on Facebook and take a ride on the wild side. Let's take a look at our race recap now. Dylan Reed leads, 4 cautions for 11 laps. 19 cars started tonight. And Ira Kohlhaas with the fastest lap of the race. Presented by Track Time Entertainment, which builds custom driving simulators for the virtual racing community. They manufacture their simulators in Texas using U.S. extruded aluminum. Visit Track Time Entertainment on Facebook for all your sim rig needs and full lineup of their products proudly made in the USA. All right, so what is going to happen here? Can Dylan Reed, with older tires, hold off the field here as we come to the green flag? It's going to be an exciting finish here at Dover. Reed with a good start. Had a chance to talk about our partnership with the Celiac Disease Foundation. Of course, you can help us out. Look down in the bottom of the YouTube page or on Twitch there, and you will see the access you have to the Celiac Disease Foundation. If you know somebody who is fighting this autoimmune disease, like my daughter who's 3 years old and is only able to eat gluten-free foods, you can go to celiac.org and get some information about that, or even better, you can help donate to that great organization, as Dylan Reed has lost the lead to Sutphin and also to Malarkey. But I definitely want to get that in real quickly. During the race, as Malarkey runs the fastest lap of the race, and Dylan Reed just goes backwards right now. Sutphin said a little bit ago he didn't think he could win this race, and he just passed the guy he thought that he would be passed by. Throwing down some laps right now, but you got to be careful not to burn your tires up like that. Sutphin's going to let him go. One of those deals where he's like, you know what, you go burn your tires up. I'll pass you later. As Malarkey goes to the front. 22 laps to go. As he starts to stretch it out. How about this guy here? 4th place, Chris Harvey has bounced back after getting involved in a couple incidents earlier. Running in the 4th position right now in front of Adam Brady, who's got a little damage on that right front. Dale Lee up in the top 10. So is Johnny Rapp. 40 and 52 doing a good job here in this race. Trying to finish out 2 top 10 runs. Barry going to work his way around Rapp back there, and Ira Kohlhaas, who had a strong early of the race run. We haven't heard from him in a while now. Trying to get the 10th position here. I see a little bit of damage on that right side. I wonder if that's the reason. Maybe the car just getting too tight on him. Malarkey has not been able to get away, as it's down to about 0.3 of a second now to Sutphin. Jason Dalton right there behind him. Able to get around Rapp from the 8th position as he slowly starts to work his way up here through the field. Ryan Reeves up to 6, so a lot of guys that were running in the back half of the field early in this race have now worked their way to the front with strategies and cautions working their way. And you got to look at the move with Sutphin, able to hold on and get the lead with the pit stops. And of course, Brandon Massey, who now sits a lap down in 14th after that caution, as he was on pit road, unofficially biting him. And now the battle for the lead is on as Sutphin rolls back up on Malarkey. They're going to battle, and Sutphin's going to clear him. He does. Brian Sutphin to the lead with 12 laps to go. Kind of funny on was it Sunday night, I did a podcast with a friend of mine, Brian and Jason, and a lot of these KGD2 guys run in another league I broadcast for that race tomorrow night, and I made a comment about Brian Sutphin being I've said this multiple times on streams, being, you know, a great driver, just has terrible luck a lot, or gets put in a bad spot that unfortunately falls victim to. And I said that I think this year could be a year that you see a lot of wins out of Brian, or good finishes, and here he is now, opening race of the LSRL season, and he is 10 laps away, if he can get away from Malarkey, from potentially opening the season with a win. 10 laps to go. As we go by the 84 Mack and Turf. Brian doing the ever so awesome diamond in the corner. For those who don't know what that is, you send it into the corner low, you let the car drift up the track, and you bring it back down. Basically, it makes the straightaways longer, is what it does by doing that. And it's one at Dover, talked about earlier. I think it was Dalton that was doing it, or actually it was Kohlhaas. But, you know, credit to Malarkey. He has not let Sutphin get away. If you want to thank our cameras tonight, TrackCams for Gourmet. You can check them out online at trackcams22.com. Also on Facebook and on iRacing, as Malarkey about knocked the wall down. That just hurt his time. As a matter of fact, Dalton might get a run on him for second. He does. Here he comes. He had to get out of the gas there. And Jason Dalton up to P2, so 1 and 2 for the KJD2 cars. Ran off turn 4, 5 laps to go. Everybody else, for the most part, is pretty spread out. Was kind of watching a battle between Reeves and Brady, but that is kind of settled for a second. Trying to show you all the passes we can. Say that is Reeves has gone by Brady. Not sure Brady got really tight there, but it was about a 0.2 of a second separation. All of a sudden I look up and Reeves is just blown by Brady. And Brady's got issues here. I don't know if he's got a tire issue maybe or something, or if that car has gotten really tight, but he is going backwards. Chandler Summers has gone by. Of course, that damage, he might have knocked the toe into that car earlier, and that could be killing his tire wear. Kohlhaas has now gone by Brady, so Adam trying to control the bleeding there. Unfortunately, though, got to fall all the way back to 10th probably before this thing's over with. He just lost 8th, Johnny Rapp. 3 laps to go. Chase Berry going by for 9th. And it's about a 4-second separation back to 10th right now. Yeah, I think the tire just went down on Brady. How slow he's running. White flag, final lap here at Dover for Brian Sutphin. Going to be a race and a start of the season to remember for the KJD2 guys. As Dalton bounces back from a wreck to finish second, right behind his teammate, Brian Sutphin, who opens the season with a win at Dover in the Monster Mile. Brady did come to pit road, by the way, for his tire, and is going to finish 13th, I believe, or the tire did finally actually go down, or he ran out of gas. One of the 3 things just happened to Adam Brady. But either way, Sutphin now let's see if he can do the nope. I was about to say, could he do the task of doing a burnout at Dover without hitting the wall? Oh, little side swipe. they were trying to get Brady across the line. And they'll do a little photo shot here of the top 3 finishers. And while they do that, let's take a look at the results tonight here in the Gridfinder Xfinity Series. Sutphin wins it over Dalton, Malarkey, Harvey, Ryan Reeves, a great top 5 for him. Chandler Summers and Ira Colehaw 6 and 7. Johnny Rapp, Chase Berry, and Dylan Reed still gets a top 10 when it's all said and done. So a good bounce back, even though it's probably going to be a disappointing night for the 39. Dale Lee 11th, Adam Brady, Landon Quisenberry, Brandon Massey 14th. Got to feel terrible for him. Looked like he was on his way to a victory potentially. McInturf, Wilson Sutphin, Tanyan Sutphin that is, Brandon Sheets, Travis Browner, Latham Joyner did not start the race as he ran the heat race and then bailed out on the night. So we'll talk to our top 3 finishers. Let's get them all lined up here and we'll talk to them. Starting with Malarkey, if he's in here. Might have to jump up to second place here. We'll give him a second, see if they show up. But fantastic night. Let's go ahead and jump up here to, let's get our second place finisher, Jason Dalton, to join us here in the booth here. Jason, great job tonight, man. Second place finish. It looked like it was all up in smoke with that wreck on the front straightaway there involving you and a couple others, but you're able to get the damage fixed with a new car and bounce back to get a second place finish.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for that fast repair, I'd have been in a lot of trouble. I don't really know what happened up there. I think some lap traffic and the leaders got tangled up, but yeah, got lucky with the fast repair and was able to battle back.
We'll talk about the racing out there because it seemed like there was a lot of coming and going, obviously, with the tire wear and things like that. But you and Brian seem consistent up front.
Yeah, we both talked a little strategy there with our teammates before the race, and we really backed the corners way up and just tried to conserve tires and just we told ourselves we was going to let the fast guys go, that we'd probably catch back up to them, and that's really how it turned out. But Brian did an awesome job. I had nothing for him. As much as I wanted to get to him, I just couldn't get there.
Well, it was a great race for you and your teammate, and I know that's got to be something to smile about, having a 1-2 finish out of you guys to start the season.
Yeah, it's a great start. We just hope we can keep the momentum going, and our other teammate had a little trouble there. We want to try to get him up here with us and hopefully just have a great season, man.
Well, great job tonight. Second place finish for you, and congratulations, and shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, just the KJD2 team and all the support and people I have watching. It's fun. And of course, always, you do an awesome job with the broadcast. Appreciate everything you do, man. And congrats to Brian on the win.
Absolutely. And I know Jason's a very humble guy, but y'all send some prayers to his family as they are dealing with some stuff right now. So, Jason, good job tonight, man, finishing second, and we'll talk soon.
10-4, man. Thanks.
Absolutely. Dalton finishing in the second position. And let's check Discord here and see if our third place finisher has made an appearance. He has not yet. So we'll move Jason down and go talk to our winner here in Victory Lane this evening. And the man said he didn't think he could do it. And what do you know? He went and did it. And that's Brian Sutphin goes to Victory Lane tonight. Great job on his part, a great strategy, and it all lined up for you, Brian. You downed yourself. You didn't think you could do it, and you went out and did it. Brian, you there, bud? Uh-oh. I think Brian ran away. He might be outside screaming in his yard right now or something about a win. Who knows? There's no telling what people do on iRacing when they win races. I know for me, I scream and yell, piss off the neighbors, all types of stuff here. But we'll wait here for a second to see if we can get Brian to join us as he's celebrating right now. But what a great race it was here tonight in Dover. Of course, we saw the 4 cautions. We had numerous lead changes, so many different strategies. We had guys go to the front, go to the back, back to the front, and so on and so forth. And that's what this is all about. And it was a great race tonight. And looking forward to next week, Indianapolis. We'll be on the air again 8:30 next Tuesday night from the Circle City and the Brickyard. Going to be a great time there. on the track. So looking forward to being a part of, again, another season here on the Lightspeed Racing League on the Captain Esports Network. Shout out to everybody who watched on the Facebook page over there on LSRL. I noticed some other projects we're working on there. So hopefully you'll be there for when we broadcast other races. But so many different projects being worked on, from obviously the addition of Twitter now to our broadcast with Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, and now the LSRL page. That's 5 different ways you could have watched us this evening on the channel. So we appreciate you doing that. Brian, you there, bud? He ain't come back from his walk yet. He's still out there yelling and screaming and celebrating. But what a great race it was. Let's see, who finished 4th? Chris Harvey did. Harvey's in there. Let me talk to Harvey real quick. Finished in the 4th position this evening. Chris, you got a copy, bud? All right. I don't think anybody's around anymore. Anybody went yelling, or maybe to the back.
I'm here, man.
There's Brian. All right. He's back from yelling at his neighbors and screaming and celebrating. Probably popping some champagne or water or something all over the place. But, hey, great job this evening, man. Congratulations on the win.
I appreciate it, bud. It was hard fought. There were some fast cats in the field, and I had to drive my butt off, just keep the car clean, keep it out of the wall, and not crash anybody.
Yeah, it was a very tough effort out there on your end, but you did a great job tonight. Talk about the strategy, because it definitely got interesting there, because the 65 obviously got by you guys. You talked about Dylan, and, of course, he had issues and just different things happening. It kind of just fell your way.
Yeah, I had a feeling that if we had a late race caution, maybe 10 laps to go or something like that, I think Dylan had another set of tires, and he would have absolutely smoked us. So the last 5-10 laps of the race, I was just praying that the caution did not come out. I was like, please, 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 let me take a white flag.
And you got the white flag, and you had to hold off a pretty sporty number 20 car there for a little bit. And, of course, he made that mistake with about 3 to go, and your teammate was able to get by him for second there. But it seemed like that beginning of that run, you kind of let him go because you felt he would wear his tires out, and you were able to get back to him and make the pass. But then it seemed like you weren't getting away either.
No, after, honestly, when he started putting pressure on the low side, I was like, yeah, I think he's running a little bit too hard. So I just kept on running my middle line, saving tires, and being patient with the throttle coming off the corner and coming off straight and not pushing. And I was like, yeah, I think that in a few laps I'll catch back up to him and get him back. And then after that, I just kind of pulled out and sat there, and I just managed the gap, because if we did have a late race caution, I wanted something left to try to race with.
Well, great job tonight, man. I know I made a comment during the broadcast. I said, hey, on a podcast that I help host in another league, I made mention that I think this could be a year for you to shine, and here you are in this league tonight shining. So that's got to be a great start to 2022 for you.
Man, I sure hope I shine this year. I've had more than my fair share of bad luck in your broadcast and everything else, but lately, it's been going pretty decent.
I'm glad I'm not the one that recognizes that.
Oh, believe me. I mean, I'm just like, really? What else could possibly happen? But, yeah, I don't know. It's went well for me lately, and we'll just keep on keeping on, try to hang on to this momentum and build as many points as we can.
There you go, buddy. Well, great job tonight, man. Shout out to whoever you like to.
I just want to give a shout-out to all my family and friends watching, and everybody else out there. Hope they enjoyed the race. I sure did.
Absolutely. And great job tonight, Brian. Congratulations on the win, bud.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Have a good one.
You too, buddies. And Brian Sutphin, the winner tonight here in Dover. Great race it was. It's a lot of clean racing out there, and did see some action. Of course, that's what Dover does. But in the end, congratulations to the KJD2 team on scoring the win here tonight in the opening race at the Dover International Speedway. All right, we're out. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. Of course, next Tuesday we'll be at Indianapolis. Tomorrow night we're back on the air. 2 races again, starting at Road America for the American Open Wheel Racing Series. And, of course, GLSR returns at Talladega, the Dega Dash, tomorrow night at 8:30 live here on the Captain Esports Network. As always, remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya!